So welcome to Learning Outcome 2. This is level 3. So yeah, welcome to Learning Outcome 2. And today we'll be discussing straight line graphs. We look at the equation of a straight line graph, y equals to mx plus c. Then we'll now proceed to look at how can you find perpendicular and parallel gradients. So, and finally, we'll now discuss graph transformation. That is what we will do today. I welcome everybody again for joining. Thank you for always making the date with us. Fantastic, fantastic. So please always look back at this discussion and try and pick one or two things more so that we can all be on the same page. Thank you once more. So now let's look at it now. So when you see a straight line graph, it's just like drawing straight lines. So for example, now, what you say, if you say y equals to 4, that's the equation. If you say y equals to minus 1, and you see just draw a straight line there. So it's just like plotting coordinates on those lines. So now we want to look at how to actually find equation of a straight line. Is y equals to mx plus c. So the m is the gradient. So don't forget, gradient is what? Is the steepness of a graph. How steep the graph is. For example, now, if a graph is like this, and a graph is like this graph 1 and this graph 2. Graph 2 is like steeper than that of 1 because it's the steepness of that graph. That is actually what, this one is steeper. So it's steeper, that one is than 2. The steepness of that graph is what you call gradient. So y represents the gradient, x is the x coordinate, y is the y coordinate, and c is the constant. Don't forget, m is the gradient. So when you want to write equation of a straight line graph, it must be in this form, y equals to mx plus c. So in some instance now, if they tell you that a gradient equals to 5 and y intercept equals to 4, so it's not going to be what? Y equals to gradient is 5, so it's going to be what? 5x plus 4. That's it. And you see, gradient is 5 and y intercept is actually what? Is 4. So, can you see now? So the y-intercept, let me just tell you that is like where the graph crosses what? Y-axis. That's the y-intercept. Where the graph crosses what? Y-axis. So we have gradients could be what? Could be positive or could be negative. So when you see gradient like this, that's going to be what? M equals to positive. When it's like this, it's going down, M equals to negative. So you see that one now. So let's look at, for example, I want to ask you this question. In this graph now, can you tell me what is the y-intercept in this graph? Yusuf, can you tell me what is the y-intercept in this graph?
Is it the 3?
3, thank you. So where it crosses y-axis. So what about this? What's the y-intercept?
2.
Yes, 2, thank you. So that's sometimes how it is. So now, I just want to make sure that so we are asked to actually find click on the answers. So actually let's look at this and find the equation of it. So for example, now, when you go to find that, you must work out the gradient first. So after working out the gradient, then you now find what? The y-intercept. So which is actually what? 1 in this case. Y-intercept is actually what? 1 in this case. So what you are looking for is that we want to actually work out the gradient. So let's work out the gradient. Let's work out the gradient. So steepness is a change in y divided by change in x. So for example, you pick 2 coordinates. So I pick this one, you pick this one, or you can pick any of them. So now, what's the difference? This coordinate of this one is going to be what? 2, 5. The coordinate of this one is going to be what? 1, 3. So you have to find the difference in y divided by difference in x. What's the difference in y? It's going to be what? 5 minus 3. What's the difference in x? 2 minus 1. So 5 minus 3 divided by 2 minus 1, that gives you what? 2 over 1 gives you 2. So 2 is the gradient. And you know that what? 1 is the y-intercept. So don't forget the formula. Y equals to mx plus c. If m is the gradient, it's going to be what? Y equals to 2x. Y-intercept is going to be what? 1 plus 1. X plus 1. So I'm going to ask you what that's the equation you see there. So can you find the equation of 3? Can you find the equation of what? Of 3? Okay, let me find. Okay, I think they've matched it for you. So there's no point doing that one. So since they've matched it for you, we know the answers directly. So I'm just gonna see maybe I can give you post this thing. So the first thing is I just pick 2 coordinates you want. So I'm picking this coordinate and this coordinate. Anyone you take, this one coordinate is going to be what? 3. This is going to be what? 3, 7. This one is going to be what? 1, 3. So what's the difference in y? It's going to be what? 7 minus 3 divided by 3 minus 1. 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So gradient for this one is 2. So it's going to be m equals to 2. There was the y-intercept, 1. C equals to 1. So it's going to be what? Y equals to 2x plus 1. Is that what you got? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So we just, just how to do this thing. So if you don't mind, because I was asking these questions, can you just help me to do this question, please? Question 4, then I'll move on from this, please. So you just want to be sure that you can do it. You don't need to be confused about it. I mean, why you are confused was that you got 2 over 4. You were thinking it's going to be 4 over 2. So it could also be a fraction or a decimal. You don't need to actually be confused about that. But that is that on that part. You don't need to be confused about it. It's just make sure that you are consistent with whatever you actually doing, because if you are not consistent, it's going to be you're going to keep on getting it actually wrong. So that is it. So now let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be parallel and actually perpendicular. That is the next one. So parallel and perpendicular lines. So Yes. So what you have to do basically is that, you just need to know when they actually parallel, they have the same gradients. When they are parallel, they have the same gradients. But when they are perpendicular, when two lines are parallel, don't forget please, they have the same gradients. But when they are perpendicular, the gradients are actually negative reciprocal. Negative reciprocal of each other. That is it. They are negative reciprocal of each other when they are perpendicular. So we're going to look at those ones now. So can you see now, these two lines are parallel. Now you see that if you find the gradient for the pink one and for the blue one, it's the same because they're actually they're parallel. But if they're actually perpendicular to, the same thing too. If they're perpendicular, they're going to actually have what's it called? They will have they'll go with negative reciprocal of each other. So guys, that write the equation of a line that contains 5, 1, and is parallel to this. It contains 5, 1, and it's actually parallel to that. So you have to find. So when they are parallel, this is the gradient. The number beside x is always the gradient. So the gradient equals to what? That's what it's m equals to what? 3 over 5. Now you want to find out the y-intercept. So you do y equals to 3 over 5x plus c. Then, because they gave you the coordinates, pay attention. They gave you coordinate of 5 and 1. So you now substitute 5 and 1 into the equation. X, this is 5. So you put that one there. Y equals to 3 over 5 times 5 plus, sorry, y is 1. Plus c. I give you this one cancel this. So what 1 equals to 3 plus c. C equals to minus 2. So that means that you just need to put it this way, that y equals to 3 over 5x minus 2. Put that one down, please. If you don't mind, you can put that one down. So it seems actually applicable for this one too. So let me just try and see. Can you work out an equation for that one quickly? If you can try that, I'll be so happy. So yeah, this can to this, so it's going to be. Sorry, I have to just try that to pay. It's not working. That's it. That's what you're going to see as the equation. Y equals to 1 over 2. This is on the screen. Minus plus what? Plus 5. So when it's actually perpendicular to, it means what? Negative reciprocal. So for example, now, if a gradient is 2, they ask you to find the perpendicular gradient. The perpendicular gradient is going to be what? The negative reciprocal. So just say minus 1 divided by 2. That's it. That's going to be the other gradient for the other one if they actually perpendicular. So I'm going to ask you a question now. If the gradient is 5, what is the negative reciprocal of 5? Yusuf. What is the negative reciprocal of 5? It's going to be what? Minus 1. It's going to be minus 1. Minus 1 divided by 5. That's it. So that is the negative reciprocal. So can you tell me yourself, what is the negative reciprocal of 10? The negative reciprocal of 10, what is it? Just go with minus 1 over 10. So because it's passing through 2 and minus 3, this is what you do. So when this is x and this is y. So you just put it there. So minus 3 equals to 2 times x, 2 times 2, that's going to give you 4 plus c. Now take away 4 from both sides. So that gives you minus 7 equals to c. So the equation is now y equals to 2x minus 7. That's it. So just try and look at this. If you have any question on this, let me know. I know that you might be doing some things, that's why you're not really responding fully. But if you have any other questions, then just let me know. I think we have a group chat too. Just let me know about it. So we want to look at transformation. That's the final one. How to actually transform a graph. So you can see these are the graphical functions here. I'm just trying to scroll down. So we're just going to look at how to actually transform them. So for example, now this is like a translation. So when you say a vertical translation, for example, now the graph being drawn for you here, the red one is what? As a function of what? Of x squared. So now, if you want to transform it, can you see the added word? Difference between this and this was that what? Come on, sorry. Difference between this was that what? They added what? They added 3 there. They added what? They added 3 there. So when you added 3, that means that what? It has moved up. Can you see? It has moved up by 3. So if it's like minus 2, it has moved to what? Down. That's it. So you can see that one. This is what? When you see if I put transformation, can you see D is the movement? Can you see it has shifted what? Up by what? By the amount they have actually what? Added to it. But if it's taken away, they actually what? Move down. Like the black one you see here is minus 2. Can you see? It has actually what? Moved what? Shifted what? Down. So that's how to know. So for example, now I want to ask you, what is if it was this before, f of x equals to x squared, and now see what? F of x equals what? X squared minus 5. So can you tell me the translation, please, Yusuf? Between those green things I wrote, it was x squared before, it's now x squared minus 5. Can you tell me the translation, please?
Yeah, so then you have to go 5 steps to the y low.
Down. 5 steps down. Yeah. Because it says minus 5, it goes down. If it's positive, it goes what? Up. Is it okay?
Yes.
So this is now, they have to do with vertical because it's going up and down. Up and down represents what? Vertical. Now, let's look at the horizontal one. The horizontal one is that what? You know, it can go right or left. So now, what is it? One sec, please, I'm coming. So this one now, x plus 2. Can you see? It's x plus 2. So can you see that is what? Plus 2 there. That means that, what's it called? It has moved, you know, the x is the one moving. So when you say plus 2, you're going to like work it out in the opposite way. So it's going to be what? Movement to the left. But when you see minus 2 is what? Movement to the right. But if they ask you, pay attention, please, to identify maybe it's vertical or horizontal. Vertical is always the whole of s squared, they will add it to it. But in the bracket is where they will add for horizontal. In the vertical, they will add it to the whole of the whole thing. So, yeah. So you can see all these ones too, combining the both of them together, then that's just, you know, the transformation we have to as well just look at. So it's, if you have any question on this, just let me know. Look at these things. That's why I'm putting the whole thing on the screen. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. The same applicable to this one too. So can you tell me, sorry, where do you work this?